Walker in goal, in place of Espen Bårdsen. Still no Scales, Ferdinand, who was on the bench, Vega or Edinburgh in that starting lineup then. As we expected, Manchester United making all sorts of changes, but Sheringham and Giggs were in from the start. Also, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not a familiar-looking Manchester United side, but 7 full internationals in that lineup nevertheless. Our match commentators at White Hart Lane, Andy Gray and Alan Parry.
Tottenham Hotspur in the white shirts and dark blue shorts will get this quarter-final tie underway. Their first match at this stage of the competition for 5 seasons.
Just very quickly, Alan, looking at the Spurs lineup, they haven't gone like Saturday at all to start. They've gone 4-4-2. Whether they really do fancy the chances, Darren Anderton playing wide on the right, and Stefan Everson starting as a front man alongside Chris Armstrong. So that's a pretty positive move to start with from George Graham.
And the boos signify a not very welcome return for Teddy Sheringham, attempting to relaunch his Manchester United career here tonight. Only the 3rd game he started this season, and the fans who used to cheer him are not going to do that tonight. Darren Anderton, Nicky Butt, who scored that marvellous winning goal against Leeds United on Sunday. Sheringham is going to have to get used to that booing by the looks of it. The mistake there by United has given possession back to young Everson. Giggs tracking him back all the way into the penalty area, and in the end grateful that Curtis was there to help him out. Tottenham's throw.
That'll be a test for the young fullbacks, both Curtis and Clegg early on. I think with Anderton wide right, Ginola wide left, these young boys might learn a bit more about the game tonight.
Tottenham straight out of the blocks here, have an early corner conceded by Ryan Giggs. Sol Campbell makes his way into the penalty area. Dropped a little short. Manchester United dealt with it easily. It's also United's first appearance in the quarter-final for 5 seasons. The last time they got this far, they went all the way to the final, which they lost against Aston Villa. In the same season, they won the League and FA Cup double. Two of, I should say, 14 trophies in 8 years for Alex Ferguson and his trusty number 2, Brian Kidd, the subject of so much speculation before the game tonight about his future. Everson attacking Henningberg. Turns it back to Anderton. Dangerous cross. It was young Greening who got it away. The boos will tell you it was Sheringham in possession. And now Curtis. Nilsson went in hard, but Phil Neville even harder. And here again is that young man, Greening, for Manchester United. Solskjaer's layoff. Carr under pressure, concedes the throw. It's now the only man who's played in every game for Spurs this season, when, as in so many previous seasons, they've suffered so much from injuries. Armstrong, and gets the free kick. The referee tonight, incidentally, Mr. Peter Jones.
Did well, Armstrong. Had to be strong, win the battle, get hold of the football. Decent opening to the match, decent opening, bright, open. I think that's a sign of things to come.
Calderwood couldn't get to the layoff from Nilsson. Solskjaer. Nicky Butt. Chance for a shot. Well, Walker will have wanted one like that to reintroduce himself into first-team action.
Well, against Leeds, he got a ball in a similar situation. He just opened out and hit it with his right, Alan. This time, showing he's got the confidence to come back onto his weaker side. Didn't quite get it, but he got it gone across Walker. Save was a comfortable one.
Phil Neville's given it away. Anderton for Tottenham. Armstrong the target. Ronnie Johnson gets it clear. Nielsen's onto the rebound and goes down under Phil Neville's challenge. Free kick to Tottenham in an excellent position.
I think this is what he does so well, Nielsen. He's joining up with the plays, the best that Tottenham have got at that. And now that he's started to put goals to those runs, he really is a valuable member of this team now. Well, I wonder. Ginola hasn't had a kick yet, Alan. Could he really make his first one count? He's surely going to get involved in this. It doesn't look like it, though. I thought it was a cert to be involved in this free kick. Obviously, Darren Anderton fancies it.
Raymond van der Houw on his toes behind the Manchester United wall. And Anderton hit it. It deflected. Well, I thought he did, and so did the Tottenham players, but a goal kick is the verdict.
The hands are up more than hope than anything else there, looking for the corner. I think he's hoping that when they shift it like that, they're looking for the goalkeeper to come behind the wall. And you can see what he tries to do, he's looking for the other corner. Didn't have the accuracy that time.
It's the first time, incidentally, in 3 years that Darren Anderton has managed a dozen consecutive games for Spurs because of all his injuries.
I take it he ain't won many player of the years in recent times, is it?
Only from the physio. Nicky Butt.
A little bit too much pace in that, but that's an area to watch tonight. You know, Spurs left and Manchester United's right. They've got Clegg and Greening against Ginola and Andy Sinton. And I just think, you know what, Trevor Sinclair got 2 from right-hand side on Saturday for West Ham, and I think Michael Clegg won't be too worried when they have the ball about leaving Ginola. He'll get forward. It's going to be interesting how Andy Sinton copes with that.
Everson. Nielsen breaks down the middle. What a good tackle that was by Neville.
Well, you can't buy that. That's what midfield play is all about. Not only attacking-wise, Alan, but defensively. Because if he doesn't track him, Phil Neville, and a lot of midfield players don't these days, then Nielsen scores.
Especially with his record as well. Sinton will take the corner. Drop short, Clegg got it away, Anderton back into the crowd.
That's 2 poor corners from Andy Sinton. He's hardly got them past. In fact, he hasn't got them past the near post yet. He's normally got better delivery than that, but he's been a bit short with both corners. But this really has been a bright opener for Tottenham. I expected them to start quickly. The big test will come as if they don't get the breakthrough.
Nielsen's long throw. Campbell couldn't reach it for the intended flick on, but Anderton is there. Clegg with the clearance. Only 21. Played in the 2 previous rounds against Bury and Nottingham Forest. In fact, they were his only appearances this season. He has had half a dozen games for United in the Premiership. Ginola. The crowd rise, and it was a great ball in. Great goalkeeping too by Van der Houw.
Well, it was great football all round. I just think somebody should be attacking near post, you know, when Ginola gets in positions like that. If you go in there, Armstrong's trying, it is a good take. But if someone goes near post in front of it, well, he's got a little tap in. That's a great ball in from Ginola. First touch, and almost brings a goal.
Campbell with a strong challenge on his England colleague, Nicky Butt. Tottenham in possession with Andy Sinton. Armstrong the target, Berg up against him. Armstrong finding Everson, on again to Nielsen. This is Carr. Anderton. Great running again from Nielsen. Good tackle though from Ronnie Johnson.
Well, it had to be Alan. He committed himself to the tackle, and Nielsen just tried to drag it past him. If he'd have got it past, he was through again. Good zip to it this game, good tempo.
Ryan Giggs forced infield. Greening. Nicky Butt. Oh, that's a ball that was certainly in its intention good, but he just overplayed it. Split the Tottenham defence though. Walker's clearance over the head of Anderton. Manchester United, surprisingly, have only won this competition once. That was 6 years ago. They have appeared in 4 finals. Tottenham twice winners, but way back in the 70s, in the days when Billy Nicholson was manager here. Sheringham's layoff to Phil Neville.
The passing just hasn't clicked in at the moment, Manchester United in the last third. A good percentage of the ball, but just one or two stray passes when it's mattered.
Ryan Giggs for Manchester United. Jonathan Greening on the right.
There goes Clegg, that's what I mean. Oh, if he'd have played him in, Alan, that's what I mean about him. I don't think the young lad's going to be frightened, but then it happens if he breaks down, he's giving Ginola all half the field to run into.
And it's a brilliant run from the Frenchman.
Now that's when you need your midfield mate ahead of you. Clegg and Greening. This time it's Greening. He knew Clegg had gone ahead of him, so what does Greening do? He gets himself back in, and that's a really important block. Well done, son. He's done well there, but that was good football. But that's the gamble. And the one thing I look for now, will Clegg get disappointed or worried about that? Will it stop him going?
Another Tottenham corner. Campbell couldn't reach it. Comes back out to Anderton. That could have gone anywhere. Actually hit his own player, Nielsen. He's there again, Anderton, to keep possession. Andy Sinton. On to Ginola. Armstrong in the box, so is Everson. The deflection was kind for Van der Hau, though. Giggs. Greening, the 19-year-old, signed from York City towards the end of last season. And now Phil Neville. Giggs. Backheeler has gifted possession to Tottenham.
Yeah, a little sloppy, that's all.
Everson, Anderton. Armstrong making the run, making himself available, but committing the foul in the end on Henning Berg.
It's always dangerous, you know, when a defender tries to come the wrong side, so to speak, and win the ball. You can see Berg comes into the channel, just gets leaned on. I think it's probably a right decision, but you do take a chance, but if you don't win the ball, then you're out of it. That's another sloppy one from Ryan.
Well, he got Van der Hau totally flat-footed then, and an unnecessary corner conceded.
I don't think he expected it. I mean, he's what, 45 yards from goal, Ryan Giggs. Foot on it, turn, go at them. I'm sure that's what the goalkeeper expected. Well, let's see if Andy Sinton delivers a better one from this side. Oh, and it's Dan and Anderton, in fact.
But again, it was too easy for Manchester United to get away. Clegg, one of the smallest men in the penalty area, still had time. Ryan Giggs, that's a lovely ball from Giggs to Solskjaer. Got inside Sinton, but he just did enough, Sinton, to stop him getting any further. Hardly a familiar position for him, left back. But with the injury to Justin Edinburgh, it's the role he's forced to play in the last two games.
He's done well. Oh, Andy, I think it's unusual for him, but he's played that left side many times.
Michael Clegg along the ground to Sheringham. Tottenham have possession again. Nielsen. Carr. Ginola. Anderton. Lovely ball. Carr offside.
Shouldn't be either. It was close, I think he probably was. I'm not right in line. That was lovely football. They didn't half open them up. The ball into him was a super ball from Anderton. But this is tight. Look at this as he fizzes it in. Tell you what, he's not right in line, the linesman, but that's why he's given offside, because he's not directly in line, you know.
Foul by Clegg on Ginola. Gives Tottenham a free kick. Was ambitious from Anderton. The cup action switches to the FA version on Friday night. Darlington against Manchester City on Sky Sports 2. That programme begins at 7. And then on Sunday, Conference Kingstonian against 3rd Division Leyton Orient. The programme starts at midday. Solskjaer going forward for Manchester United. Anderton winning it back. Nielsen facing his own goal. Calmly found a way out. Great ball. Anderson on to Everson. Ronnie Johnson slips and presents it to Nielsen. Chance for Tottenham here. He just delayed. And the shot by Calderwood. Wide of the target. What a chance for Tottenham.
Well, take your pick. Alan Nielsen, Chris Armstrong or Stefan Everson. Which one do you want? And when he breaks there, he's only got to make sure, roll Armstrong in, roll Everson in before he strays offside. He ends up getting caught in not 1, 2 but 3 minds, I think, here, Al. I don't think he's sure what he's going to do. And then it drops to probably the one player that he wouldn't have wanted it to drop to there in the midfield. If it had dropped to Ginola or Anderton, they probably would have hit the target.
Greening. United forced to go back to keep possession. Berg. Clegg. Nicky Butt will do well to reach that. But half an hour gone, Andy. A good tempo to the game, pretty even.
It is very even at the moment, Al. There's not a lot in it between either side. Manchester United have settled down. They look a little bit, not rattled, but a little bit of getting to know you early on. The Spurs started very quickly, but since then they've tightened things up. Manchester United. They stopped the supply to Ginola, who's hardly been in the game at all in the last 20 minutes. Darren Anderton's been less influential. So they've stopped the quality players getting on the ball too often. They've done quite a good job of that, Manchester United. And in the same vein, started to look to go forward a little bit more themselves. So nothing to choose.
This is Greening for United. But Sheringham. Solskjaer did well to get his shot in, and it wasn't far wide.
Well, defender didn't do an awful lot wrong here. He let Solskjaer turn, but I don't think there's an awful lot more he could have done. He decides to track the run, and Solskjaer just takes one touch, shifts it half a yard, and I tell you, that's very, very close. Watch this, half a yard just to open it up. And how often do you see a ball go through a defender's legs and end up in the net? That's exactly what happens there. Goalkeeper's got it covered, I have to say. If that's on target, I think Ian Walker saves it.
Nielsen's lay-up to Anderton. Everson looking for Armstrong. Awkward clearance for Berg and for Clegg. Greening doing very well.
Oh, lovely feet, son.
That's great play. Sheringham's lay-off, and again they've got this extra man here down the left. Giggs in possession, Curtis outside him. Sheringham. Greening, who started this attack off in his own half. Neville. Curtis. Plenty forward for Manchester United. Nicky Butt in possession. Teddy Sheringham. The crowd delighting in everything that goes wrong for him at the moment. 5 years here, in which he scored almost 100 goals. Seems they've all been forgotten by the home fans. Sinton against Clegg did very well. Greening. And the free kick goes against Tottenham. Foul by Anderson on the 19-year-old. Knocked in long for Solskjaer. Header away. Has got Tottenham on the counter-attack with Anderton. Unlike him, to be so wasteful in possession. Now Greening. Henningberg. Another touch for Van der Hau, only his 5th appearance this season for Manchester United in goal. Ginola. Well, they're doubling up every time he gets it. And he's doubled up in pain at the moment.
Well, he got a whack, he got winded a little bit. I think it's Michael Clegg. He looks to turn Nicky Butt, but in comes Clegg, clears the ball, and then just he gets caught as he runs into the young lad. Frustrating evening for him though. Ginola up till now.
Here's Giggs for United. In behind Sinton. It was Armstrong back defending in his own box.
No, he's just filling in for Ginola, left side there.
Not very well, he's given it away. Sheringham with a lovely little touch.
Well, I think it was an attempted chip. I can only assume that. Certainly wasn't a pass. I think he's just looking here, they turn in one and then chip. Maybe he was just playing a ball across goal, but no one was going to catch that.
Armstrong for Spurs, the back header to Anderton. Everson in the box, and Nielsen arriving. Henningberg just got there in time.
Well, he's been closest, Alan Nielsen. It hasn't just fallen for him, or his touch has deserted him at important times. That might have been one just to hit first time, you know. He's coming at a bit of pace, but sometimes it's worth just putting your foot behind it.
Ginola. Clegg gets it away for Manchester United. The clearance then by Curtis. Luke Young stayed calm. This is Carr. Calderwood's challenge was a good one, but United just fizz it around. Ronnie Johnson. Sheringham. Clegg down the right. Curtis again. Giggs, even at the second attempt, couldn't thread it through. But is there to dispossess Nielsen. Tottenham's throw.
That was a decent build-up from Manchester United. You just got a little bit narrow in the last third. Both Greeny and Giggs had gone infield. There was no real width in the final third when they were looking for a pass.
Probably skill from Giggs, and finds Solskjaer. Danger here, but didn't really catch it.
That's a decent effort. Not enough power to really trouble the goalkeeper, but he works the opening very well. Little step over. So looking to fire it in the far corner, a little bit of bend. Didn't quite come for him.
He's been the most prolific on the field in terms of goal attempts so far in a tight contest. Ginola! Well, out of nothing, he almost conjured a wonder goal there.
That's only a yard, that's what I talked about. You can be quiet and quiet, Alan, but within an instant you can have there. That's two touches, that's all it is. And I tell you, Manchester United know all about him scoring from there. I remember in a 5-0 hammering that Newcastle gave Manchester United, Ginola drilled in one from that kind of angle across Schmeichel into the far corner. He's only a couple of feet away from doing it again.
Clegg. Solskjaer. Lovely movement again from Manchester United. This is Neville. Clegg. Good looking ball in, and Walker had to be alert.
Well, I think Sheringham would have appreciated this ball just another 3 or 4 yards out, Alan. It's the right thing to do. He's got the space to put it in, but it's a little bit close to the goalkeeper. Collected it well, And a little bit further out, he couldn't have come. Sheringham could have gone and attacked it.
Colin Calderwood. And again. Carr. This is Anderton. It's a good return ball, but offside the verdict against Stephen Carr.
That must have
Carr's
been
from
close.
here, didn't it?
That must have been close. I'll tell you what, it's not even close. That ball's on its way now. Look at the linesman. I mean, that's a dreadful decision. He's still not offside. He's even collected it and taken it down. He's still not ahead of the defenders.
Into the 2 minutes stoppage time that will be played. And here's Ryan Giggs threatening. Carr's clearance. Nicky put up well. Neville. Johnson, good ball. Greening. He's been dispossessed here by Nielsen. He's got Armstrong alongside him. Well, most of the best openings have fallen his way in this half.
Well, again, he's got too many choices, and again, he doesn't quite sure know who to pick. He goes away and he tries to play Everson down here, and then the ball he eventually plays through was an awful one, in all honesty. But he's had two glorious chances to put one of the front men in this half. He hasn't done so.
Here's Carr for Tottenham. The early throw down the line for Anderton, but Ronnie Johnson read the danger. And maybe Nielsen, no, he was thinking about coming over for a long throw, but Anderton beat him to it. Berg's clearance, straight back to Anderton. Can be only seconds remaining. Anderton. And again. Referee's just had a look at the watch. Ginola. Almost a clever little ball there, but it was well read by Henningberg. Campbell cleans up at the other end. And that should be just about that for the first half now. And indeed it is. No goals, but certainly a couple of real openings for Alan Nielsen, who has scored 5 times this season, could have added to that total and could have put other players in on more than one occasion. Solskjaer with the most shots for Manchester United, but none of them really threatening. And so we reach half-time at White Hart Lane with a scoreline of Tottenham Hotspur 0, Manchester United 0. In the background there, Rule Fox is about to come on. Had a long run in the team for the first couple of months of the season, then got relegated to the substitutes bench for the last few games, but he's coming on now to take the place of Colin Calderwood. We're not sure if it's an injury, but we suspect, Andy, it might be a tactical change by George Graham.
Well, it could be injury, but even if it is, it's a very, very positive substitution. I think if he was looking to be a little bit more negative, he could have brought Stephen Clements on. Alan and just stuck him in the middle of midfield, anchored him. But it looks to me as Fox will obviously play right side, and that would just allow Darren Anderton to come into the centre of midfield alongside Alan Nielsen. It gives him 4 pretty attack-minded and forward-thinking midfield players. Let's hope it brings him a couple of shots on target.
Manchester United will get the second half underway then. And remember, this tie has to be settled tonight. Clegg for Manchester United, now attacking the goal to our right. And Ian Walker's had a relatively quiet return to the Tottenham team, having lost his place after conceding 6 goals in the first 2 games of the season. Espen Bårdsen relegated to Tottenham's subs bench tonight. And George Graham's relegated himself from the director's box to the bench. We understand that Colin Calderwood did have a bit of a knee problem, and that's why he's gone off. That's the official reason anyway. Anderton. Here's Carr. Fox still can't get his first touch of the ball. Ginola took that beautifully on the chest. Turned forward again towards Everson, but Van der Haar, rather like Walker, has had a pretty inactive night. Campbell's clearance. Nielsen. Sent him with the ball over the top. Henningberg decided he couldn't go back to his goalkeeper. Did the wise thing, I'm sure.
No, he couldn't. Armstrong had shut that route off. The only thing he could do was clear it.
Greening to Clegg, an experienced right flank for Manchester United tonight. Greening again, slips one into Solskjaer. Here's Neville, Nicky Butt, Clegg on the overlap, knocks it in early, and Solskjaer almost got there.
Not bad, got closer. It's a nice little ball in. Look at Nicky Butt. Solskjaer makes the early run, not far from connecting.
Crowd have found their voices again. Can Tottenham find their form? Ginola. A precious little room down that touchline, but has gained his team a throw. And another. Actually made his debut for Tottenham against Manchester United on the opening day of last season. United won that day 2-0. Here's Nielsen for Spurs. Fox with the header on. Chance here! It's in! Armstrong has scored! Tottenham take the lead!
That's a super header from Chris Armstrong. I actually thought for a moment he was going to let it drop and take a touch and hit it. But that's 12 yards out. And he's got to put all the power in it himself. This is not an easy header. But my goodness, he makes an excellent job of that. Right in the corner, giving Van der Haar no chance. The first attempt on target. What a start to the second half for Tottenham.
6 goals in 6 games, 7 in all this season for Chris Armstrong. And with Les Ferdinand ready to come back, he's amongst the Tottenham substitutes tonight. That will warm the heart of George Graham for sure, to see Armstrong in that kind of goal-scoring form. And Fox, his substitution at half-time, with his first touch, set up the chance. Spurs in front. 3 minutes of the second half gone. Ryan Giggs for Manchester United.
Well, the game was crying out for that, Alan. There's no doubt about that. Now we'll see it open up. Tempo rise. Should be a pretty good second half now.
Armstrong's 4th goal in the competition this season, and he's got an excellent record throughout his career in League Cup matches. That's his 17th League Cup goal in all, in 20-odd ties. Here's Nicky Butt though for Manchester United. Giggs to his left. In the middle it's Sheringham. Solskjaer with the shot just wide. Now we've got a game.
What a strike, son. He's been close. He's had more strikes than any other Manchester player. Love a little set off from Sheringham. And I tell you what, Al, if that bends a little bit, then that's in the corner. He hits it so well and it goes as straight as an arrow. No deviation in it when he needed it just to curl a little towards goal.
Foul by Armstrong, the goal scorer, on Henningberg. Berg's free kick. Sheringham tried to touch it on to Giggs, but has only given it away to Carr. Now Rule Fox. Dramatic introduction to the game for him. Well, that wasn't too clever. Here's Neville. Greening. Couldn't quite squeeze it back to Neville, and there's a space he's left behind now. Armstrong into it for Tottenham. Ginola. Great ball in, near post.
Well, that's better. Haven't seen that for a while in the match. Ginola driving towards the goal line and playing a ball across. Well defended by Henningberg.
Another Nielsen long throw on its way into the United box. Everson on the near post. And hurt himself in the process. He's had a lot of problems with ankle and knee injuries in recent times. They'll be a bit concerned to see that.
Well, there's a couple down. I think it's Phil Neville, is it the other one? Just took a knock there. Well, it gives us a little chance to have a look at that fine header from Chris Armstrong. It's a great ball in from Nielsen, dinks it up. Don't think he meant to get as much height in that, but that's a brilliant execution from Armstrong. Super header.
He was top scorer when Crystal Palace reached the semi-finals 3 years ago. Never really seen the best of him, I guess, at White Hart Lane in his time here because of all the injuries he's had in his 4 seasons altogether with Spurs. Most of that time has been interrupted by injury problems. And George Graham kicking every ball, winning every tackle.
Well, he knows what he wants his players to do. He don't waste much time in getting his message across.
And a belated offside decision against Armstrong.
I think it probably was, just about.
Henningberg launches the free kick, touched on by Solskjaer. Sheringham's had a quiet, ineffective game so far. And that collision earns Manchester United a free kick. The referee just telling the 2 players concerned, Johnson and Armstrong, to calm it.
There's nothing much in it. Johnson went to head the ball, Armstrong went to kick it. The decision was a free kick.
Nicky Butt did well there, but Ryan Giggs. And ball, wasn't it? United's free kick. Ronnie Johnson and Henningberg have made their way forward. And Giggs chose to take it early and hammered it straight at Fox. Phil Neville will see if he can do what Alan Nielsen's been doing for Tottenham. And did it. Spurs get it clear. But here's Nicky Butt for Manchester United. 1 down now. Henningberg. Good defending from Tottenham. Luke Young just got his foot there. David Ginola up against Clegg. Anderton. Carr. A lot of men forward here. Armstrong's one of them. Berg touching it away.
Oh, great header, but they had 2 as well. Everson and Nielsen, you know, Alan, were in there ahead of Chris Armstrong. Look at them, both players free. That was an important touch from Henningberg.
Now Sinton. Ginola again. Tempting Greening into the tackle. Wrong foot in. Great ball in. Oh, it's a magnificent goal again for Armstrong. Ginola, the provider supreme. What a start to the second half for Tottenham.
Well, when I talked about attacking the near post in the first half, this is what I meant. Get past the post. Don't stand there, let the keeper come out. Get in front of the goalkeeper. Attack the post. And all you need is a touch. The ball is sheer quality. It's saying, go on, put me in. Ginola says, I've done my bit. Who wants a goal? Armstrong says, I do. The header, this time's a formality having got there. What a start. Who says he doesn't know what a camera is?
And who says he doesn't know where the goal is? Sensational opening to the second period here after a largely sterile first half. 2 in 7 minutes for Armstrong, and that's now 7 in 6 games for him. Everson in form as well. Ferdinand to come back into the lineup. Tottenham beginning to fire on all cylinders. And Manchester United with an understrength but still multi-million-pound team out there. I've got a lot of work to do now. And Ginola in possession again, and that means danger. Good kick away by Van der House, straight onto Greening's chest. And the young man's done well here. It was Sinton back to make the challenge.
Well, I hope this is set for the second half. It's just going to fly into the end.
And here's Greening again. And once more, it was that, I've no doubt, reluctant defender Sinton with a good interception.
Well, he's made 2 there, that one, and then one just moments earlier when Greening made a very direct run at the heart of the defence. Andy Sinton was blocked. The 2 centre-backs got well split.
The other end, a bit of pushing and shoving between Everson and Johnson, came to nothing. Greening. Here's Solskjaer. Ran into trouble. Nielsen. Ginola, you can feel the buzz of anticipation when he gets it. Foul by Neville. And at the moment, Ginola is making things happen whenever he's on the ball.
Well, he didn't get on it enough first half. Talked about it. They're finally getting him on the ball now, and he will get him more and more because there's no doubt Greening has to push forward more. Ginola will get 1v1.
Carr's cross, Armstrong on a hat-trick and almost got it then.
Well, I think if this goes in, I think a free kick would have been given. Henningberg's furious, asking the referee, he's climbing all over me here, ref. You can see there, he's got his arms all over Henningberg. The referee nodded his approval, which suggests a disc gone in that might have been disallowed. Difficult header, but with 2 in the bag already for him. Surprised he didn't hit the target.
Neville for Manchester United. Solskjaer's header. Young. Campbell. Leaves it to Walker. Nicky Butt doing brilliantly there. But then overran it and Anderton took it off him. And here he is again, and Nicky Butt made up for it with a great tackle. Neville. This is Johnson for Manchester United. Ryan Giggs down the centre. Oh, what a ball. Sheringham. Solskjaer in the centre. And the header away is by Carr.
Well, that was a great ball in from Teddy Sheringham. After a great ball from Giggs. Good defending from Stephen Carr.
Giggs. A chance for Butt. What a missed opportunity for Nicky Butt to give United a lifeline.
I just wonder if he can get his foot to it, could have got his head to it. I thought it was at an awkward height to volley. It's a brilliant run across from Sheringham, who takes Campbell out the picture, and that leaves the space for Butt to come into. Well, maybe he couldn't have got to his head. I certainly would have opted for a header with a ball that height. It was not an easy volley from there, but it's a really good chance.
Sheringham. It's a decent ball forward. And now Ryan Giggs. Sheringham in a great position again. United firing on all fronts. Nicky Butt's shot. All pressure on Spurs now. Clegg for Manchester United. Solskjaer. And Anderton wins it back. Brilliant skill. Ginola. The second half providing us with everything that the first half lacked. Sinton. Ginola whips it in early. Armstrong's there again. It's gone in behind him, and have been the third, and what surely would have been a clinching goal for Stefan Iversen.
Well, they don't come better than that. Ginola's hands on his head, because I think he's looking for Armstrong here, but it's such a dangerous area that if your first striker doesn't get it, your second's got a chance, and he really should finish it off. It's 5 yards out, any touch on target, and the goalkeeper can do nothing about it.
David Ginola again. What a service he's provided. And there's another great ball in, but this time just too close to Van der Hau. And suddenly it's Manchester United finding room. Curtis keeps coming. Greening. Giggs with the layoff. Nicky Butt plays it long. Men in the middle here. One of them is Sheringham! And Teddy Sheringham, on his old ground, has brought Manchester United back into the game.
I told you it's an interesting game, even at 2-0, but what a wonderful goal. Talk about third man running. Look at Philip Neville's run, and the ball into him was an absolute beauty, and so was the ball from him. This isn't easy. He picks out Sheringham beautifully. That's a great header. Not a great deal of pace in it from Teddy, but he just guides it past Ian Walker into the far corner. Super header. We really have seen three great headers here tonight in this football match, and we've got a game on.
And the one player the Tottenham fans didn't want to see find the net.
Well, I tell you, the substitution that was about to take place, I don't know who's coming on or what, whether they've shelved it, but United were planning to make a change. I don't know whether that goal just might put it on hold for a second. You see the young lad's tracksuits going back on.
Well, just under 20 minutes remaining. What a match now.
It's football, Alan. I mean, Iversen can clinch the tie 1 minute, and Manchester United immediately go up the park. I think it was the next attack, and suddenly, instead of 3-0 down, he scores 2-1.
Well, Alex Ferguson is going to make that change after all, and it's Nicky Butt who's coming off.
He's played well, but I think that's a reward for him, and say, well, we've got a big game coming up Saturday. Off you come, Nicky, even though we've just got back in the game.
It's a bold move, because Alex Notman here, at the age of 18, is a striker, top scorer for the reserves last season, and making his debut. He was an unused substitute in the previous round against Nottingham Forest, a young Scotsman from Edinburgh.
Well, it's 4-3-3 definitely now, and Greening will just go and play in midfield. But the midfield have almost deserted. If Phil Neville doesn't stay there, United won't have a player in it, because Giggs will go forward and Greening will go forward, and with the three up top, well, I said there was a bit of life in this game. There's even more so now.
And here's Sheringham again, the man who's brought life back into United's cause. Gives it away this time. If you're thinking of making a cup of tea, hang on. There's some finishing prospect here. Ginola outside of the right foot. Glorious ball again to Iversen. And in the middle is that man Armstrong again.
Lovely football again. This has been a much, much better second half. Littered with some excellent football. Some great chances. Three great headers have brought us goals. And I think a few more chances before this game ends. This will not just drift into a sterile finish.
Greening. Solskjaer. The header away by Sol Campbell.
If he misses Campbell, you know, Giggs must score. Almost.
Here's Armstrong.
This is what, you know, look how empty this is. Look at the space now. The game is stretched so far, 60, 70 yards.
Cleared by Sinton, and someone's got a bang on the head here. It's Teddy Sheringham. That's why the referee has stopped play.
Well, he's not going to get much sympathy, is he, Teddy? He comes back here, he's got booed all night, then he scores with a lovely little header. So he's hardly going to get sympathy. But what a good header it was. He'll have enjoyed this. As I say, it's a lovely ball in, and that's a super header. Look how he just guides it, uses the pace on the cross, angled away from the goalkeeper. Super header.
Closing in now on the landmark 250th goal of his career. And it's the 24th he scored in this competition. Referee will restart with a drop ball and ask Greening to return it, which he duly does, to Walker.
That was generous.
Huge kick by him. Armstrong onto it. Anderton, lovely ball. Nielsen.
Offside.
Offside.
Flag's up. Good save from the goalkeeper. Van der Hau didn't know. Flag was up pretty quick.
Clegg. Into the last quarter of an hour. Solskjaer. Manchester United threatening again. Giggs down the middle this time. Foul by Greening. He tries to claim he won the ball, but the referee has given the free kick anyway. And credit to him tonight, he's not had to show the yellow card once.
No, it's not been that kind of game, is it? Oh, to be honest, he's refereed it pretty well, Peter Jones. I have to say, he's kept the game going. It was another potentially dangerous break from Manchester United, but I think it was Stephen Carr came round on the cover. A very good interception as Ryan Giggs was breaking centrally.
Ginola. Once again, two ahead of him. Gets the cross in. Iversen. And Van der Hau just made it.
I don't know, you just get the impression next goal the winner, don't you?
Sheringham. It's a lovely ball. Neville couldn't control it, but Solskjaer was in behind him. He's still there, up against Young. Good little ball too for Giggs. And on it goes to Notman. It's his first touch, I think, since he came on. The 18-year-old. It was a decent touch as well, and it could have produced another goal for Sheringham.
It was a great ball in. I don't think Andy Sinton will be pleased for allowing him to get this, but he worked the position really well. The only difficulty there, it was going away from goal, Teddy Sheringham.
Claiming that was a back pass. The Tottenham fans and one or two of their players. And Van der Hau's taking a while here. Armstrong wouldn't let him make the clearance. Here's Greening. Solskjaer. Clegg. Oh, some effort that was.
Well, that was ambitious. I thought he's just going to feed this across the box. He's got Notman, he's got Sheringham going in after this. It's very ambitious. Keeper's always got it covered. I'm not so sure that the front two didn't want it just angled across the 6-yard box to go in after.
A reminder that should we need it, extra time would be played tonight. This is a tie that has to be settled on the night. Ronnie Johnson looking for Notman. Carr the defender. They really got on with it quickly here, United. They want Neville to launch it as far as possible. And it's touched on dangerously. That was a tricky ball to deal with.
He dealt with it really well, Andy Sinton. Good first touch, enabled him to clear it.
Curtis finding Notman. The layoff to Greening. Giggs looking for Sheringham, who's hustled out of it. Iversen. Man into trouble. Greening. Sheringham. Clegg joins the attack again for Manchester United. Ryan Giggs now to Phil Neville. It's a good ball for Greening. Sheringham with a little chip into the danger area, and it was dangerous too. United have a corner.
Well played, Stephen Carr. And that's an example of what I think George's system do. The back four, the full-backs always have to be on the cover, Alan. If they're any wider than that, then he can't make the interception. It's what he worked at Arsenal, George, with a back four. It's little signs like that, I think, that show you what he's trying to do here.
Giggs with a corner. Walker just got away with that slight mishandling.
Well, unchallenged.
But he's presented it straight back to United.
Not a lot you can do, well, you only got, what, 7 seconds to get rid of it. I give him a pretty good 7 seconds, referees, to be honest with him, but he had to clear it.
Ronnie Johnson came forward and might regret it. He slipped and Tottenham have possession. Armstrong. Fox on the right. Only Everson in the box at the moment for Tottenham. Now the players arriving. Armstrong and Nielsen and Ginola.
There's your man of the match. Ryan Giggs just steps off and look at that, he doesn't close him down, he shifts it, and that is as good a strike as you're going to see. It isn't all about power, he almost places it, it curls, it's got a yard of curl on that. Look at it start to bend, it's given Van der Hau absolutely no chance. It's a fitting end to a wonderful second half performance for David Ginola, and George finally thinks this game might be won. He said next goal wins it. Looks like that's done it.
His first goal in 24 matches. And what a very special goal it was. And the man who got 2 goals before Ginola's strike has been replaced by Les Ferdinand, who's been out 7 games with an injury. Manchester United have made a couple of changes as well. We'll come to those in a moment. As Blomqvist, who is one of those who came on, and David Beckham, the other. Not bad subs, eh?
No, not bad. It might be a little late. I think Greening has one that's gone off. I'm just looking around, Alan. Greening's definitely gone off.
Manchester United have a corner. Tottenham have survived it. Only for the moment. Ryan Giggs looked for but couldn't find David Beckham.
Just looking around, John Curtis, the other one I think has gone off, left back. Phil Neville now dropped back in there. So it looks like Curtis and Greening have gone off for Blomqvist and Beckham. It'll be a hell of a finish to this game if United could pull this out. But what a difference the second half. First half it started brightly and just drifted for most of it. Suddenly erupted into life.
Well, George Graham seems to have the magic touch when it comes to this competition. He won the League Cup in his first season in charge of Arsenal in 1987. Won it again 6 years later. As a player and a manager, he's been in 7 finals altogether. And Spurs have got their tails up here. A 3-1 lead after they survived a lot of difficult pressure from Manchester United following the Sheringham goal. Spurs have a free kick. And David Ginola has provided us with a moment to remember.
Well, it's a fantastic finish. Just look at the way it's not just about power, Alan, it's the way he sets it wide of the goalkeeper, maybe even wide of the goal, and just with a little bend in it is able to bring it back in again. Finish of an artist.
A lot of people speculating that maybe he wouldn't be George Graham's type. I think not.
Well, I said if he gives George end product, he'll be in the side. He's given George end product. A cross for the second goal and a wonderful third goal himself. That's what George Graham wants from him.
Carr for Spurs, takes it into the corner and still gets the cross in. Into the last minute. A place in the semi-final in sight for Tottenham. There will be 3 minutes of stoppage time added. Manchester United have conceded a free kick.
Well, there'll be no rush. Sorry, there should be no rush here now. Take the time. Game's won. Absolutely no need to look for another. I'd like to see it right now, but I don't think there's any need for it. You can get Ginola on it now and run him into the corner.
Fox with a missed kick. They do love a cup run at Tottenham. They haven't won a trophy for 14 years now. Well, just one, I should say, in the last 14 years, when Terry Venables guided them to the FA Cup in 1991. And with a semi-final place in sight, they'll be thinking of another run. Ginola thinking of one now, try to curl it into the top corner as we reach stoppage time.
Well, that's what he can do, not only left-footed, he can do it right-footed as well. Three minutes of stoppage, is it? Just looked across, yeah.
Solskjaer finding Giggs. United not finished yet. Sheringham. Blomqvist. Campbell hooks it away. Anywhere will do. Berg wins it back. And Blomqvist is there again. Notman. And that's disappointing from the Swede. Well, he is the ultimate winner, Alex Ferguson, and although he fielded by no means first choice team, it'll still hurt him to lose if that's what happens.
Well, he might not have fielded his first strength, but he would have expected to win the game. They set the team out to do that.
But this man in particular has been a problem for Manchester United all evening. Now Ferdinand. He loses out and then wins it back. Beckham there for United, couldn't control it. 90 seconds of stoppage time completed, so Spurs are almost there. Manchester United, in whatever guise they may be tonight, on the verge of only their third defeat of the season. Well, the spelling's a bit dodgy, but the sentiment's perfectly understandable.
Try the spelling. You're an old fuddy-duddy, you at times, aren't you?
Here goes Henningberg, and he almost found an opening there. Campbell's clearance. Beckham gets it back. Looking for Sheringham down the centre, and stealing in behind him, Ryan Giggs.
Well, the goalie got lucky, he made a good catch, but he come into no man's land. He really gets caught halfway here. Anything with a little bit of height, he's halfway there, Ian Walker. Stops and starts to go back. Great ball in. That's it.
A final whistle, and George Graham, in only his 10th match in charge at White Hart Lane, has guided Tottenham Hotspur into the semi-finals of the Worthington Cup. The victory clinched by a quite magnificent goal from David Ginola, who'd done so much to turn the match in Tottenham's favour in a marvellous second half here at White Hart Lane tonight. And there's no doubt that it's his name on the lips of the Tottenham fans. But certainly Chris Armstrong played a very significant part too. His header set Spurs on the way early in the second half. Then David Ginola providing one of countless marvellous crosses. Armstrong on the near post with another beautifully judged header. Manchester United got back into it with an equally deft touch from Teddy Sheringham against his old club. But then that Ginola touch of magic sent even George Graham into ecstatics. And Glory, Glory Tottenham Hotspur is the song that rings around North London tonight. Spurs are through to the semi-final, winners by 3 goals to 1.